Ooh, hey everyone, welcome to Practical Spiritualism. I am Dawn Elgin and I will be your guide today. So today I wanted to talk about a topic that is pretty big, pretty broad. And the first part of it is, what is mind? So a lot of the times we use these statements, clear your mind or focus your mind, but we don't really think about what is mind. So let's start with that portion of our topic. So what is mind? Mind, I often say, is like a field of energy where thoughts arrive. That's still pretty obscure. So sometimes we can think of it as a clear blue sky, and thoughts and emotions, beliefs, intellect, and ego are like clouds. And so they come across and we are able to experience them or notice them, be aware of them. And we often think of ourselves as our mind, but we're not. We're not our thoughts. We are the one that is aware of thoughts. And we are not our emotions. Emotions are magnetic energy that rises and falls, emotion, energy in motion. So it's magnetic energy that rises and falls, and we experience it. The awareness that is aware of feeling. You are not angry, you are experiencing anger. Thoughts are not yours. They are electrical charges in the quantum field, and we become aware of them. And so you can think of them like little lightning bolts or lightning storm when it really gets busy and mad in there. And so we have these charges going off and we become aware of a thought. Think about it. There's lots of times in your day, thoughts are streaming by, but you're not really aware of them. They're streaming along and you're focused on something, reading, working, whatever, but the thoughts are there and they're running in the background. And so field or mind is the field of energy where we become aware of these things. You are a bioelectromagnetic being. Bio is in body, which is a process, not a thing. Your hand is changing every moment of the day. Every cell of your body is adjusting. Breath is coming and going. Blood is flowing. We are aging. We are not a stagnant object. We're a process. And so the body, bio, electro, thought, psyche, intellect, beliefs, magnetic, emotion, which is also will include some other energies in our body, but we'll keep it basic. So bioelectromagnetic being. And we have a bioelectromagnetic field. So a field around each of our organs. Our heart has the largest field, larger even than our brain. And so it has the largest field of energy. And when we are in a place of joy, of love, our heart is wide open. And we can really feel that energy. We'll even say, I really love their vibe. Or if we are hurt or guarded, we're upset, we close our heart, and somebody will say they feel cold or distant. And so we're picking up on the energy of that field of the heart. And then combined, we have our entire bioelectromagnetic field. And in woo-woo terms, we would maybe call it our aura. And so it goes out from there, but we're going to keep it down to our basics. So we can think of the mind as a field of energy where we are aware of these things. To give it more substance, we can think of our mind as the canvas in which we become aware of the pictures that are thoughts and emotions and beliefs and our ego, our psyche. So it's going to kind of give it to us in something that we can tactilely feel. The quantum field is much like our mind, but the mind of God source. So it's not just this obscure thing. It is the energy that is creation. Creation creates, and the quantum field is what it experiences itself on the backdrop, or the way that we use that energy to create something. So we have our own personal mind, and the quantum field is the mind of the universe. So then if we take this a little bit more, how do we create? Because we often say that we're the ones creating our life. What does that mean? So first we start off with a belief. Beliefs are handed to us. They are given to us by our family, by society, often supported by systems that create a continuous loop. Those combined beliefs create our programming, and it is our programming that creates, or is the force that drives our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, and which continues on to our habits until we get to our character, which really is our character creates our destiny, our picture, our life. So when we take that back and we go, okay, so we have our mind where we experience these things. We have the quantum field where Mother, Father, God, Source, Universe experiences itself. So if we take a look at them together, it would be more like in creation, in co-creation, we have quantum field is really the canvas, and our mind would be the painting that is being created on it. So we are using the medium to bring us together. So if we think of it as, because the quantum field, like mind, is living and breathing, it's moving, it's malleable, it's adjusting every moment of the day, depending on what is coming and going from it. So it's not like it's a static thing. It can always be changing and adjusting. Now, often our thoughts are just thoughts that we become aware of because we're not intentionally thinking. Intention means to harness the power of mind. Think about that. I told you what mind was. It's a field of energy where we become aware of all of these things. Now we harness all of that dynamic energy and we direct it. And that is what an intention is. To direct, to harness the power of mind and choose to consciously create, to choose the direction in which we are going to move that energy. So how do we really co-create? Well, as I said in the beginning, you're not your thoughts, you're the one that's aware of them. And the same goes for your body. You're not your body, you're the one that's aware of your body. Who is the one that was in your body when you were born? Who's the one that was in your body when you were 5, 10, 20? Who's in there now? Who's experiencing it? Who's experienced it when it's sick and when it's healthy? When it was young and as it ages? Who's the one experiencing the body? You are. Who's the one aware of your thoughts, whether they're positive or negative? You are. So who's the one that is experiencing your emotions, that's feeling grief, that's feeling joy? You are. You are the awareness that is aware of these things. We just don't often think about it. We get so caught in what we're experiencing that we start to identify as our experiences. But we are not our experiences. We're the experiencer. And so when you take this into this broader thought, how do we create our lives? We create our lives because the quantum field is like the canvas. Our mind is like the paint. Our body, the paintbrush. And you, awareness, is the painter. So then the question becomes, how will you, or what will you create in this dynamic field of energy today? Who do you choose to be? We don't ask ourselves that question enough. So what is the point of intention? I prefer intentions over affirmations every single day. And the reason, and there's lots of studies to go into affirmations, whether they work, whether they don't work, what they do to people when they make an affirmation that they don't truly believe. So my preference is choice. To make an intention, I intend, I choose. So when we set an intention at the beginning of our day, at the beginning of our week, at the beginning of our month, our life, our year, we are intentionally creating what is coming up next. And within the law of accountability, the quantum field, the universe, co-creation loves when we take accountability for ourselves. So we are saying, I choose to co-create my energy in co-creation with the quantum field, with the mind of God. We're going to together create this life, this beautiful dynamic story. So then when I ask the question, who do you choose to be today? You get to start the answer with, I choose, which means you immediately, intensely harness that power and create something with God, with the universe. That is who you are. That is why we say we are God. We have a spark of creation within us. It's the first beat of your heart, that first spark. That's you. All of the ocean is in one drop of the ocean. It is still the ocean. And the same goes for us. So how often do we waste these days by not consciously choosing to create our life, by not becoming aware of what we are and how we can create? You're capable of doing this in every moment of every day. And it does not matter what you did yesterday. If yesterday you weren't aware and today you are, the only thing we need to do is not judge any of that. But go, oh, well, now that I'm aware, I choose. And this is the power of setting intention in the morning. Every day we come back into our body and we say, how will I create this day? Who do I choose to be? How do I choose to be experienced? How do I choose to interact with people and the world around me? What will I be? What will I do? So I leave you with that question today. Who do you choose to be? You are the painter, the creator of your life, in co-creation with the universe. And you are never, ever, ever alone. It is never too late. Life is cyclical. It is not a linear path. That's what frustrates us all so much. We think it's linear and I've passed my opportunities by. And you can't. Life is cyclical. It's one of the laws of the universe. It is cyclical. And it's not just in this spiral that's flat. It's like we're moving up a mountain. And sometimes it feels like we're going backwards, but we're not. We're just going around the mountain. And we know that view, but we're looking at it from a different perception, a different point of view, a different height. So you imagine that you're going around this journey of your life as you wander up the mountain. And so you're never going back and you never pass your opportunities. They'll come in a different package. They have to. You're a different version of yourself than when you went past it last time. But it's never really passed it by. So how you walk? What's your journey today? Who do you choose to be? I am so freaking excited for us. I see the light in you, and it is absolutely brilliant. Brightest of blessings.